morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you. And welcome back to the Beta Plan as we are once again playing as Santa Transport. And this time around, I have yet a new idea of what I want to do. Moreover, this city definitely accepts goods, and it will accept goods for a long time. So I could definitely move goods from here to there. That is one thing we can do. Just a really small line of a lot of stuff. We can do that. That's for one instance what we can do. But we also, I constantly lament and mood about what have you not, that I couldn't move these goods around. You know what? Time to get into the waterways. I already once did it, but it was unfortunately off camera. But this will just accept just as fine all the goods that a factory wants. So if we place one over here, can't build here, site not suitable. No, it will do it like that. Also fine. Santa Fe Le Docks, yeah? We are going to build here. And hereby we are going to move the rubber and the iron ore, for which we will have to do a little bit of landscaping. This is about the closest we can get, so this is a wee bit annoying. But we're going to try. And if I'm fast enough and there's still land, then the costs aren't that expensive. Otherwise it does become quite expensive to do this. But yes, we're going to build a thing here. We could build a channel and what have you not, but I rather would have something at the end of the line, if you will. So we are going to do a lot of boats, a lot of transport ships in order to move goods to Santa's factory, where we make all the goodies for those sweet little children, which of course is also you, isn't it, my watchers? I'm sure you are good little children. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that because, well, most of you are actually above the, what I would consider, child category in age, whenever I look at my statistics. So could we also build anything over here? That will be a little more tricky. But we'll see about that. First, let us show you how to do this. There we go. We're gonna build a ship here. We're going to build a cargo ship. But a cargo ship in all but passengers and oil. Yes, all but passengers and oil. And we want it to move by clicking on this little button here. We say, we want you to move rubber. We will refit the ship, because normally it will actually try and move goods. But in this case, no. In this case, we actually are going to move the docks. And there you go. We have a full load and unload, and we are going to move these goods here. We're going to move all these goods here, and then we're probably going to make a food stand over here, if we could. Perhaps we will... it will be really difficult to reach for this wood with a dock. Yeah, I have to build up all the way to... Oh, that is so deep. I'm not sure if I can manage that. This should not be too difficult. But, yeah, well, we'll see about that. First, let's also move the copper ore. That's an oil tanker. We don't need an oil tanker. We need the best cargo ship. Whoa, reliability 56%. No way, Jose. Sorry, that's the newest ship. It was offered for me to use, which prompted me with the idea from, hey, why am I not going to, well, no longer accept goods. Well, good that we haven't done that yet. But, which prompted me to, yes, why won't I move this around with, oh, ships? That is actually what it is, but, if you want me to use your ship, you gotta have more reliability than less than... It's 58%, man. That's just not acceptable. So, I think this time around we're going to have to landscape a lot. Yeah, this is going to be a little pricey. I'll admit, I hope I can take out the costs and it will be worth it. We will have to see. As this slowly fills up this channel. Yeah, I know I built it deeper than you would expect, but that local authority refused to allow this. You bloody bastards. Seriously? Well, that just destroys all my plans now, doesn't it? Well, money wasted. That is more or less what it comes down to. Money wasted. Sometimes. Because now I also don't want to build a food processing plant here, because, hey, perhaps they won't allow it. You know what? Screw that for a second. Let's show you how you can do that. You can change difficulty settings whenever you want. Well, the council is already permissive. Tolerant, hostile. Permissive is like the lowest setting there is, I think. Sweet, but jeebus, that is bad. I just wanted to say, I already thought, like, hey, something is wrong here. I think I'm shipping the wrong thing. I have. This is a bit of a problem. If you want something to, well, move goods and you're only getting iron ore here. Yeah, that won't make the ship very viable now, will it? New food processing plant. We will definitely take a little look-see at that. Oh, and by the way, I have something else I should... Oh, sorry, I hit the headset there. Something definitely I should show you, because we had a train line most recently that we had to, well, consider defunct and unusable for what we wanted it to do. But, well, we now have a thing that we can do with it. Or actually, what I already did with it. That line was somewhere over... Ooh, I need to figure that one out. Here. But there was actually another coal mine over here, and now we have a new train on it. Shouldn't have actually let the other one go, but yes, here it is. There is a new ore mine. It isn't very good, but it was almost, oh, on the route in the original station lying over here. So I changed the route a little bit, and voila, now we have what we need to have. So I, by accident, of course, skipped away from the food processing plant like a big-ass dummy. Is that this one? That might be this one. I could move the fruit from there to there, but there's already, yeah. You have some heavy competition from that boy. Ooh. Wood. Is there a factory somewhere nearby that we could transport goods to? Well, I wouldn't call it nearby, but we could transport it here. I think that's what we're going to do. This is an episode in which we're going to do a lot of shipping lanes, because there's no other factory nearby except for here, and we don't have, actually, that isn't really ours, that station, so let's do it there. We need a Bowie, and we need a Bowie over here, in my opinion, you know. There we go. And then we need a Bowie over here. Yes, we'll take it, even if we do not transport any freaking mill whatsoever. There we go, and then we should build ourselves a very long line, but it's for wood transport. Center is this time not taken to the air, center is taken to the water. Now it does become interesting to still do this ship, because it's really, really much faster. You know, no, it's so unreliable, which is the big, big problem of it. Wood. Refit the ship. Go to here. Keep you in mind. Thank you. Full load. Start with that, because I have so many orders to give you. It's going to be taking a while until I have finally done it as I wish. I immediately hit this Bowie twice. I place my cursor in between so that I can say I hit this Bowie twice. Because in the later on he would need to, well, I wanted to say sail, but isn't really right here. Well, anyways, it needs to move in the opposite following order. So, oh, I by accident deleted that particular Bowie. But place them in between. Go there. And then you should be able to hit this dock. And yes, you accept it all. And unload all. There you go. Hopefully we can make use of that. And where do you lie in the world, sir? Over here. Well, there's a factory down there in nearby that can make use of you. Actually, are we making use of this iron ore? Yes, we are. Because we're transporting that to, I assume, this factory. Yes, we are. But we can definitely hook up this to one another. Because is this true? No, this station is actually active. But yeah, that's a pretty good one. Actually, let's put it over here, you know. Should we ever want to connect it with the sea or what have you not, we have the ability to do so. So let's do that. And we're probably, by the way, before you're wondering, yes, we're probably going to put on 2 boats on that wood line, because that is very, very, very long. I must say the economy of Cuba is doing excellent in this game. A lot better than the genuine Cuba. Sorry to say if you're from Cuba. Oh, if you're from Cuba and I have offended you, but I'm afraid it is simply the fact. But here we go. Small little rail line. And we'll put a fast train on it because it produced quite a bit of ore. Actually, we have, by the way, somewhere running this train because it was full of diamonds and it is our longest line. We actually have a continental riding somewhere. I will show you that in a moment, because I can understand if you like to see the different type of vehicles just ride. Just watch them, the train go by, choo-chooing. There you go. Full load and unload. Oh, move it. Move it or lose it. So yeah, the other train, let's show that for a second off. That is from the diamonds here. It's a pretty long line. So I thought... I have no train on. Oh, wow, I was already about to say. There it is. Move. Show your goodness. Yes, this is the Continental because, well, it is currently riding at 112 kilometers an hour, and that is its maximum speed. But I thought perhaps with all this stuff that he may need a little bit of help. But yes, you can see that's a very profitable line. That many diamonds is pretty good. Location, where you at in the world? Good sir, we just laid a nice little line over here. You know, let's see if we can build a channel. This will up the water line. That won't add anything other useful than that, so we will still need to make way here. Like, this is a channel that can transport from one water of a body to another very easily by making more or less shortcuts. But in this case, we don't really need a shortcut. We will need to make a lot of water here. For instance, we could make a shortcut over here using this technique. But yeah, you will have to be able to connect something to something. Oh, that's interesting. That food processing plant is right there. Another copper mine. Holy heck! The economy of Cuba is running rampant. Over here, you say? Well, there's a factory. Well, I'm not moving anything to it. Not sure here. Actually, that's not too far away. Boat. We are apparently going heavy on the boat in this episode. It would not accept anything. We need a little bit of landscaping. Oh, that's 28,000 because I was half in the water. That's expensive. Ouch. But alright. And could we do the waterway here? That might be a little bit of... you know what? Sorry. Sorry, trees. You are just in the way. I am so sorry that you are, because I'm sure you're trying to do all your best to... Were you moving any goods from there? No, we were not. Excellent. I'm sure you're trying to do your best, just producing us humans sweet oxygen, and we thank you for that, but well, you're becoming a little bit obsolete. By the way, we should definitely build a little place here for the ships to get into, otherwise, after a long journey, well, they will have some issues with their maintenance. Alright, we need to refit you because you're going to move also copper ore. Refit the ship. Alright, and we will let you go to this buoy once again, and in between we will let you go to here, and we say full load, unload. And Centaur has definitely in this episode gone heavily to the water. It's already lost some of its production in this place. That is unfortunate. Could you not do that? There is the cargo ship that we were allowed to use earlier. But, even though I always accept, I don't even know why. Because, as you can see, the reliability of things are really, really bad. We'd have to build up to here. Well, we can do that. I think it would still be profitable, even if this costs us quite a bit, this landscaping. 28,000, there it is. There is the big one. There's always a big one at the end, because you're going to probably be half in the water somewhere in order to connect it all up. Even more buses and things and what have you not connected. And if we ever build a train station here, well, we can connect the two of them up. And then we could also move this, just for having it all as one station. In the original game, there was a maximum of stations, and at a certain time I actually did hit that maximum. And refit you again for rubber as well. Move to here and full load and get this rubber plantation to understand that we are moving the goods. And yet another bloody iron ore mine has popped up. I don't know what this is, but this is apparently the rush on new industry. And also raw industry, huh? Raw industry. Well, perhaps it's because this one is not producing a darn thing anymore. Nobody's well, actually making use of its production ways. Okay, this is like we would need to bring that over here to make any use of this copper ore. Well, that will be a railroad station, that is for sure. Well, I guess we're going to have to make use of that then. That's going to be expensive tunnels, I think. So I say, because of the length, probably a 4, right? Yeah, probably a 4 one. There we go. And it's still all one station. Yeah. Still all one station. So if I build a tunnel here, where does it end? Because I think I need a tunnel over here. Holy sweet patootie, it comes out on the other end. 200,000 bucks. Holy moly, and I can't even see where it is really ended. Transparency options of the trees, please. There it is. Holy sweet patootie. That had some cost associated with it. This train needs to make a lot of cash before it can get its construction costs back. Alright then. Oops. There we go. Removing that. Adding new track. Yeah. Wow, our construction... No, new vehicles was mainly the year before that. We are not making that much buck as of late, but we are definitely still the largest transport in all of Cuba. Have you had ever any doubt that it was that way? Did, then shame on you. We can close this off, and we can put on yet another strong vehicle with a lot of pulling power. 112. And these are actually slower. This is actually our fastest vehicle we have at the moment. So, copper ore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another big train. Full load. Go right there, thank you. There is something going wrong there because I surely said not unload. Unload all. There we go. Full. Perfect. And let's see about those companies that are actually doing pretty well. Like this company. It's actually growing and has a lot of vehicles. I kind of want to buy shares in you. And this is the way how you should be able to do it. By the way, here. And I'm looking at this budget. Yeah, it's actually making money. A fair amount of money. Are we making... Is it making more money than us? No. Well... Hold on. Hold on. Also, there's a bus that's not making profit. But yeah, but that's because this is a very small towns. That's just a service that we provide. It is trying to compete. Aircraft income is huge on their side. We really need to improve on that, but we have made a lot of shipping lines, so who knows. Cannot buy by post. And there we go, 75% of that company is now also owned by us. And this company is still not worth it, so I'm not buying any shares in them. Not a single share was given that day. And not a single share was bought that day. Yeah, as we move in here. Perfect. Right. My competitor here has built up something near this fruit plantation, but he's not moving around with it. There's also an iron ore here, and there's a factory over here. Am I servicing this factory? I'm not making use of this factory. But there is... I thought decently nearby. There's the iron ore. Could also go the other way, but oh, this is not serviced by me. I see. That's too bad, otherwise I could make use of this station. This is serviced by me, but it's a bit tricky to get my ship up the way in there. I don't know, perhaps we're going to go the other way around. Make an iron ore ship from here to there. We might, and then also put on, if we, no, because the probably local authority won't allow me to do all this. I was thinking also to move the fruit to the fruit processing plant over here. How to make this viable? I don't know. What are you? You're a rubber. With 2 fruit processing again, but we're moving all the goods here already more or less. Not a food processing plant. The iron ore that we just saw was lowered its production. We are moving the goods from here now. By the way, why are we not moving the goods from here to there? Well, it's about nearly the same distance, and this is Santa's factory. So, yeah. I'm fine with that. As Nova Corona all of a sudden has a lot of growth. Very nice. Wow. I don't like this feeder station type of system. I really don't. But yeah. Also, he has no bus lines over here. Like, what? He has no bus station here. He's not using it in any way. Oh well. This is probably one of the ships that's going to arrive for the first time ever. Yes. We never built a second ship on the wood line. Let's just check. How much? There's a ton of wood here. Where's that ship? We need to slowly move down this wood line to see where that ship is at. It is broken down right now. It's not carrying anything. And didn't make money? Is this line too long? Too poor? He was looking for a depot, couldn't find a depot. Henji was moving around and thereby he broke down. That was the issue. Alright, well. Yeah, that was a very long line, it was, I understand. Actually, I probably want to build yet another one. Because otherwise it's going to break down at a certain point, can't find the depot, and then it will just do nothing. That is what caused the issue there. Holy heck. The copper mine craze has begun. Location. Where am I located in the world right now? That is one of the lines that we could definitely... You just closed the bloody one over here, you numbnuts! Now you're telling me you're placing a new one right next to it, more or less? That is just crazy, yo. And where are you at? In the world. You are both over. Okay, well, we know what we're going to do. We're going to this iron ore mine and this iron ore mine are going to service this factory. Yet again, this factory is... I am being so kind to this factory, you could almost call me Santa. Man, I should stop with the puns. That was a horrible one. I'm sorry. I literally apologize for that one. Wow, that one was bad. Sorry. Alright then. There we go. Hold on. Unload and take cargo. Did you ever fully load? You... No, this is there. What the heck? Did I just delete it? Okay, hold on. I first need to focus on this ship. This ship is having some major issues. I think this line is too long. Go to more on docks? Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Full load. You have currently no cargo. Skip, 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 skip. Skip. I didn't want to do that. Skip. Go to Claraboyant 2. This one. Unpause. There we go. Move your ass. Man, that guy had some trouble in finding his way around the world. Maybe should have given him a map or so. Oh, train is in the way. There's no... Holy... Shoot. Well, that's the words I'm gonna use there. Shoot. That was not good. Not by a long shot. I need to rebuild every bloody thing here. Alright then. If I had known that, I wouldn't have deleted it for just the sakes of a little thing like this, what I wanted to do. Because I wanted to make that a 2-line. Holy shoot. That was bad. Oh, my competitor apparently has done a train line of his own. I guess congratulations are in order. You know, I don't want to. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Bloody hell, flatland required. Yeah, I know, but I... Come on. Come on, you dirty wee rat. I want to build there. Well, I guess it will be cheaper just to place it on this side. And build a bridge. Because that's cheaper than paying like 20... Oh, well, it would have been 29, 28,000 in order just to... I don't think these two will connect up. I don't know. Perhaps I'm an idiot. Perhaps it will... It is perfect. Perfect. There's no other way to express it than a perfect. Alright, well, you're still in. Go ahead. I need to make more vehicles. Now you're just going to move without even moving anything. That will be a bit silly. There we go. Build it. Get it. Move it. Harder, faster, stronger, better, and what have you not. Alright. And then we're going to build something towards, where was it again? These mines. Yeah, because I totally had a terrain line already over there, and then you said, I'm going to enter that station, and now I have to rebuild some of it. I kind of want to change the line. Then he has... That his lines there are crooked. They're not really crooked, but you know what I mean. It's a real disadvantage for me. Could I build like over here? Like that, I will have to do it, I reckon. This is probably too early now that I see it. Yeah, I am going to run against the... Really? Really? Industry. Ay, caramba! Well, that's unfortunate. Well then, delete all of this. Because I'm a fool for aesthetics. For art, for beauty, what have you not. There you go. Looks a lot better. And, your station. Can it be? Yes, it can be here. Perfect. And then, should we need it, I think I just, if I noticed correctly, you would also accept all the oil. No, not yet, but that would be very easy to get accepted. If you want any oil or what have you not, we could make use of that. I want to end the transparencies. Thank you. I want to see if I can build a bridge over here. Yes, that is allowed. Perfect. Sometimes you never know what they will or will not accept. They accept way more than you, well, originally knew. And seeing I have played the original, I expect some things not to be possible. But the, well, OpenTTD is better than the original. It is definitely one where you can say that the love of the fans have made this game beyond what it originally was. And I think that this is the, well, I would say almost the only transport game, company management game, what have you not, that I actually truly ever got into. With the growing of the world and what have you not, it is a truly unique experience that, well, drew me in by the time I actually played TTD on its own without the open in front of it. By the way, I'm starting to think I might just run this thing more often now, and again, it's really no, I really shouldn't do that when it's... I mean, these guys just go 8 kilometers slower, and running cost is almost a half. So I really should only do it for trains that really require that they have a lot of pulling power. All right. Well, with all these new iron ore mines and with all this construction and all the seafaring around and what have you not, we're almost ending near the end of this episode, crazily enough. It has been a wild ride, this episode, when it comes to making the waterways work. And let's see if our wood ship has actually understood now its orders. Can we find it along the route that it should go? Yes, we can actually. But it made no money last year because he didn't pick up anything. I am going to make one more ship here, because it could definitely use it. Oh wow, you have gone up in your reliability. You know what? Let's make use of it for one. Wood. Of course, it's the last one. Duh. It's logical when it comes to the alphabet, you numbnuts. Full load. I apparently removed that. Move it. Get working. As well, off camera, I am going to make sure that these boats are working. But in the meantime, I say, I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.